Tesla could benefit from Indonesia's proposal for limited free trade deal with US on critical minerals. Indonesia will offer a limited free trade deal with the US on critical minerals. If the agreement is signed, then Tesla and other companies could benefit from it. Indonesia will offer a free trade agreement for some mineral supplies to the US, according to a Reuters report. This will create conditions for companies operating in the electric vehicle battery supply chain to take advantage of US tax incentives, a senior minister said on Monday. The U.S. government released new guidance on tax credits for electric vehicles under the Inflation Reduction Act (IRA). It required certain battery components to be manufactured or assembled in North America or from a free trade partner. The rules aim to rid the U.S. of dependence on China to develop the electric vehicle battery supply chain. At the moment, Indonesia does not have a free trade agreement with the U.S. However, the fact is that its nickel products are becoming increasingly important in the supply chain. With the growing popularity of electric vehicles, the demand for nickel is also growing. Companies such as Tesla and Ford could benefit from the signing of the agreement. Also, like many other manufacturers in the U.S., those working in this area will benefit from the agreement. Asked about the new IRA guidelines, Indonesian Minister Luhut Panjaitan said at a press conference that Jakarta will offer Washington a limited free trade agreement (FTA). "We do not have an FTA with them. Now we're proposing a limited FTA with them," Luhut said, adding that he would meet with Ford and Tesla executives to discuss the matter when he travels to the U.S. later this week. Luhut's deputy, Septian Haryoseto, said the FTA proposal is likely to be similar to what the U.S. has signed with Japan regarding trade in key minerals. The countries agreed on a trade deal on EV battery minerals, including lithium, nickel, cobalt, graphite, and manganese. It's the same in essence, that for critical minerals there will be free trade with requirements on processing, such as for nickel, aluminum, cobalt, copper, he said. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: Indonesia is working hard to benefit off the EV revolution. Tesla offering new cheaper version of Model Y. Tesla recently added a new Model Y crossover to its list of options on its U.S. website. In addition to the Model Y Long Range and Model Y Performance, there's now a version simply called Model Y. This sort of follows suit with the Model 3, where an entry-level version exists with a simplified name. However, unlike the Model 3, the cheapest Model Y still features a dual-motor all-wheel drive powertrain. The new Model Y is essentially Tesla's standard range version. According to the automaker, it has an EPA-estimated 279 miles of driving range, compared to the long-range model's 330 miles and the performance version's 303. The Model Y is now available with its cheapest starting price to date, priced at just $49,990 with white paint and a black synthetic leather interior. This price keeps it within the cap of the newly revamped U.S. federal EV tax credit. Though we'll have to wait to learn if the EV's battery cells and battery pack will allow it to qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. Tesla offered a version of the Model Y very similar to this in the past, and it was said to be coming out of Giga, Texas, fitted with 4,680 battery cells. The particular version has been available for a time, though it was considered off the menu. Now appears to be the first time it's shown as available to all U.S. buyers on Tesla's official website. When Tesla first announced the Model Y standard range, it was only available to employees. Later, people living near the factory in Austin, Texas, were able to order it. We'll have to wait to learn if Tesla reveals more about the new Model Y's battery cells and pack. Planning to buy a Tesla Model Y? Check out this owner's advice. First, Tesla ramping up Model Y production at Giga, Texas. As far as specs are concerned, Tesla claims the Model Y can scoot from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.0 seconds and has a top speed governed at 135 miles per hour. Customers who place an order for the cheapest Model Y on Tesla's website today could take delivery as soon as this month. Tesla estimates delivery in April or May 2023. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVs. Tesla's first V4 supercharger is now open for non-Tesla EVs. Tesla's first V4 supercharging station, 16 stalls, located in Harderwijk in the Netherlands, is now open to non-Tesla electric vehicles. Tesla initially launched the station for Tesla EVs only on March 15, saying that soon it will welcome all EVs. Opening the station for non-Tesla electric vehicles is the main point of the introduction of the V4 stalls, which are equipped with longer cables to reach charging inlets in different locations. We assume that the initial tests were completed, and on April 8, Tesla announced that the site is open for all EVs, of course. Only those compatible with the CCS Combo 2, CCS2 connector, which issued in Europe for fast charging. The non-Tesla supercharging pilot is currently available at select stations in 15 European countries, Australia, and the United States, about 10 sites. In terms of V4 superchargers, which in the future will be installed not only in Europe but also in North America, they are expected to bring a significant change to the network. Tesla's first V4 supercharging stalls, installed in Harderwijk, Netherlands. Let's list what we know and what is expected or potentially possible. Design size. The black and white V4 stalls are taller than V3 and closed, with a cable attached at the top. Cable length. V4 has a longer cable, about 9.59.8 feet, calculated from 2.93 meters versus 6.5 feet in the V3 version, to reach charging inlets in different locations, non-Tesla EVs. Power output initially 250 kilowatts. V4 stalls potentially should deliver higher power than the V3 250 kilowatts and support high-voltage battery systems. The maximum DC current output of the stalls, according to the photos, is up to 615 amps A and 1000 volts V. So 615 kilowatts would be theoretically possible depending on the charging cabinet and EV capability. There was unofficial info about 350 kilowatts output 1 year from now. Charging standard. In Europe and in most of the rest of the world, the V4 to be compatible with the CCS2 charging standard in North America and some other markets. The V4 will be equipped with the Magic Dock, built-in CCS1 adapter to support Tesla's proprietary charging standard named by the manufacturer NACS and CCS1 compatible EVs. Source: reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVs. China. Tesla noticeably increased EV sales in March 2023. In March, Tesla noted one of the strongest months of EV sales in China so far, in many cases, not far from record levels. According to the China Passenger Car Association (CPCA's) data, the overall wholesale vehicle shipments, local retail sales and export of made-in-China mic. Model 3 Model Y amounted to 88,869 units, which is 35% more than a year ago, and the second highest result ever. CPCA reports wholesale shipments, not registrations, customer deliveries. The only time when the total volume was higher was in November 2022, 100,291 units. During the first quarter of 2023, the total volume amounted to 229,322 mic cars, which is close to 26% more than a year ago, and a new quarterly record. Q4 2022 was 227,791. Retail sales in China. According to the data, last month, The company's local sales in China amounted to 76,663 mic cars, which is 17% more than a year ago. Tesla mic retail sales in China are usually the highest in the final month of a quarter. The first half of a quarter is usually focused on export. So far this year, Tesla sold more than 137,000 mic electric cars in China, which is 27% more than a year ago. In other words, there are no signs of a slowdown. Export. According to the report, last month, 12,206 Tesla mic cars were exported, compared to 0 a year ago, when there were lockdown issues. Tesla usually exports the highest number of cars in the first month of a quarter, and then a substantial number of cars also in the second month of a quarter. Interestingly, exports during the first quarter of the year increased by 24% year-over-year to almost 92,000 units. Models. Tesla produces in Shanghai two mic models, Model 3 and Model Y, both in various versions. In March, the Tesla Model 3 wholesale retail sales in China plus export amounted to 27,202, while the Tesla Model Y amounted to 61,667. The local retail sales amounted to respectively 21,726, down 16.5% year-over-year, and 54,937, up 38% year-over-year, and a new monthly record. The Tesla Model Y quite significantly outsells the Model 3. More from China. Plug-in car sales reached 33% market share in February 2023 report. CATL's new Qilin battery enters series production source. Reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. Tesla's new software update to bring many interface-oriented improvements and more. Tesla has begun rolling out the new update, but so far only to employees. It will bring many interface-oriented improvements and enhancements to some existing features. A new unreleased Tesla software update, 2023.12, is now rolling out, Teslascope reported. The platform that monitors Tesla updates said that at the moment, it is only distributed to employees of the company. Most of the changes are related to interface-oriented improvements. In addition, there are some bug fixes and a general expansion of functionality. Exclusive. A new unreleased Tesla software update, 2023.12, is now going out to employee vehicles, including a trove of interface-oriented improvements. Text size adjustments, controls, search points of interest, phone call controls, and more included in the next tweets. Teslascope, April 10, 2023. Teslascope provided a list of enhancements that were provided with the software update 2023.12. Text size adjustments. Controls, search. Points of interest. Phone call controls. Scroll wheel customization. Gear chimes. Passenger seat controls. Get to know your Tesla, seen in a few recent builds, but soft launched. Zoom meetings now available in additional regions, and minor improvements, performance changes have been applied in the background. Speech recognition language British English is now available as a voice recognition language. Also, citing information from a European source, although no specific country is listed, the new update also includes additional fixes to the recently infamous factory reset bug. Some Tesla car owners reported that after they rebooted their cars, they then started up in factory default settings. Therefore, this fix is great news for owners. Source. Reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tesmanian. Tesla begins showing compelling revenue outside its EV business. Tesla has had an eventful few years, and from a financial standpoint, it's hard to refute what the electric vehicle manufacturer has accomplished. With EVs at the helm, Tesla has also established a few key revenue streams that may provide an indication of where the company is headed. Tesla earned $12.6 billion in net income last year while generating $7.60 in free cash flow, as detailed in a recent report from The Motley Fool. The publication also points out that, crucially, Tesla reached those financials after reinvesting over $7 billion into its operations last year. The Motley Fool says that it has been good for analysts and investors to pay close attention to the automaker's main business of EVs. However, Tesla's other businesses may show promise, too. Analysts and investors have rightly focused on Tesla's core business thus far. But there's something else stock buyers should want to follow, writes The Motley Fools. Howard Smith. The company's energy and services segments are growing much more quickly than vehicle sales and are becoming meaningful contributors to revenue. While $20.24 billion of Tesla's revenue in Q4 came from the auto business, the company also made $1.7 billion in the services and other category. This category includes paid supercharging, Tesla service and parts, used car sales and other ongoing services-related charges. This particular category marked 7.5% of Tesla's full-year revenue in 2022, and it achieved record gross profits. It's noteworthy that Tesla is also piloting a program to open its supercharger network to other EVs, currently available in select U.S. locations and in many areas of Europe. Tesla has over 43,000 supercharger stalls worldwide and is constantly deploying new charging stations. Tesla also generated $1.31 billion in revenue from energy generation and storage in Q4, a hugely growing industry, as well as $599 million and $467 million in auto leasing and regulatory credits, respectively. Despite the energy business not generating as much revenue as some analysts and investors had hoped, its growth is clear and likely to continue increasing in the coming years. Tesla will build a new megafactory in China. Tesla energy generation and storage business. Q4 2022 results. Smith points out the obvious key to Tesla as being its automotive business. However, with a $3.5 billion expansion on the way for Giga Nevada's battery cell, battery pack and energy module production, and the Semi, this segment may be worth watching closely. And while no one can say exactly where Tesla's stock will go, some of the company's smaller segments could be increasingly significant revenue streams for the company in the next several years. Source: reposted and summarized from Evanex at Inside EVS. My take: Tesla Energy is going to become bigger than its car division.